Professor Aman Agarwal, uh, this in no way is a catch-22 situation for India. There has been immense pressure, but the best thing so far has been that the government has not succumbed to this pressure. And obviously, the Prime Minister knows that his friendship with Trump has had its moments in the past, but when it comes to national interest, India has to be exactly like what Donald Trump is, trying to secure India's interest first.
Yes, I agree with the fact that India's interest always has to come first. And that is something which actually Trump is also trying to project in his initial statements when the tariff structure started. So he's actually also looking at the American interest as against the world interest. And his question on the tariffs in parity with various nations has been a problem for the US. And I think that he's right in that stance. So there is no question of bullying there initially. But lately, what he is doing in terms of threats is certainly a form of bullying which he's trying to establish. India, as a matter of fact, given the recent ratings where we have been upgraded in terms of our ratings yesterday, clearly is an indication to the fact that the economy is going fairly bullish, it's strong, there is no economic problem, and despite the challenges which these tariffs bring forth, I think the economy will fare well. I think these are some things which the international community and international agencies are also indicative of in terms of their upgrading of the ranking. No macroeconomic indicator of the country is of a situation where we need to be concerned or worried about anything as a matter of fact. Secondly, what is very important to note, firstly, is that 25%, which is the tariff, is a base tariff which is put on almost all nations. So it is not something which is not putting at all, is putting on every nation about 25%. So we have an additional 25%, which makes it 50% of tariff which is being put on India as of now. But what is critical is what kind of goods is it on? You see, except for textiles and maybe fishery, most of the other goods are inelastic goods in nature. Inelastic meaning thereby, like we have cigarettes, you might have seen in India and various parts of the world also it is observed that wherever government raises taxes on cigarettes or similar kind of goods, the consumption goes down for a short period, maybe a month or two, and then the consumption goes back. So similar is the question of these products which are more, could be quantified as Veblen goods or inelastic goods, which is like diamonds and jewelries, where people do not mind paying 5, 10, 15,000 rupees more or dollars more if they have to buy something. Similar is with the case of masalas or the spices, which is something which is consumed by the Indian community per se directly only. Pharmaceuticals have not been imposed any taxes because they require pharmaceuticals for the general public. So actually the taxes which he is imposing is not understanding will actually impact the local economy in the US more than the Indian economy. We will get to see this impact in a quarter or so. Why I am saying so? There would be some impact which will come to large traders. But, as we saw the other day, where there have been reports that United States of America is actually importing oil and other things from Russia through different countries, we will see similar kind of movements which will start happening with Indian traders as well, who are actually exporting to different countries across the globe. So they will start routing these products and services, specifically the products which are actually getting shipped to the US through those countries where they already have some kind of relationship and route it from there to the United States to actually do away with this high tax tariff framework which is there. So as a matter of fact, I don't see that as a trouble which is coming forth. In fact, it is a blessing which has happened in case of India before also. When we had the nuclear testing done in the late 90s, we had an embargo placed by the US. So US has not been a very good partner in terms of diplomacy is concerned ever in the history. If you really look at the last 30, 40 years, there have been various incidences. Almost about 40 to 80,000 people, officially, unofficially, not known exact data, had actually turned back because their visas were cancelled. Recently also, large number of visas were cancelled and people were not granted new fresh visas, renewal visas to a lot of Indians lately. And that is primarily out of the fall of the fact that United States and Pakistan enjoy a special bond of the fact that they have a base defense base in Pakistan, which was denied to them by India when they requested first to India long back. Now, given that they always favor favorable structures for Pakistan as against that of India whenever it is a question of something which has to be done between these two countries. So I don't see something very unique which is happening. We have faced these kind of tunes in the past, and I think India has come out more resilient and more powerful than before. Today, we are fortunately blessed with a very strong foreign exchange reserve. We are blessed to have exports segregated across the globe. And the largest component of exports which is there is either inelastic or has not been placed under this tariff regime which comes in the US, specifically the pharmaceutical sector. Only
All
two,
right,
three
all right.
sectors, as I said,
Fair enough,
are
fair enough.
critical